Something to be.
There went the Cookie Island.
Say that one more time, Kachina, sorry.
I said I know we were joking about Crusix and the idea of losing his fingers, but he could also lose his hand trying to do that. Like,
Yeah.
Just to put it in the perspective of Crusix, there's a chance that he might literally end himself.
yeah.
Not just lose fingers.
Oh.
Look, I'm sure there's worse things that could happen. Maybe.
The point is, it's
At
a
least
hell
if
of a
he
risk.
dies, it uses less charges.
Yeah, it's fine.
We're not even
That's
sure if
funny.
it has charges.
Could we not offer like diplomacy too? Like, could we not like?
I mean, there's a lot of options.
Diplomacy
not,
with
like-
who?
Well, is there no diplomatic option here to like save the people? You know, like offer some sort
There will
of.
be no appeasing the upper island.
They're bugs. They're not gonna. The upper people aren't gonna do anything for bugs. They're just gonna squish them.
They're
Yeah,
not these
but we're not bugs.
to the upper
Until we're brought up, we're bugs.
We're not bugs,
Right.
but we're also not.
I
anything
just
to them.
just to bring up something.
Yeah.
To the upper island, these people aren't even slaves. They're an accessory to property. They
Yeah,
see
no.
these people like chairs that come in a house that you buy.
Yeah, I get it. I understand. I understand, right? But what I'm saying is we could offer them something, you know, in exchange to save their lives.
And then the minute we leave, we'll kill them.
Because we're not from the upper island, they're either just gonna destroy us or they're gonna take everything we have anyways and then destroy us. Because
Now,
we made them
Mirra
take time.
and WhiskerStride.
Yes.
Now, the Spirit Utopia is a nation that is much more lawful. So usually they do keep to their word. It's more of a, how do I put it?
Squid Quo Pro.
Yeah, generally it's a.
I don't think we have anything that we can give them that'll be, because we already used the crystal. Do you want to give them the gauntlet?
I would not.
Then there you go.
Technically, we could try and get another portion of that crystal, but that might be bad.
Keep in mind, Whisker would have told you by now. It's on the lower island. It's theirs. Giving them the crystal would just be giving them their property.
Yeah.
It's like if you were to find somebody's wallet on the street and deliver it to them, like you're just giving them back what's theirs.
I also don't want to try to go fuck with that crystal because that Hydra killed me in like one swipe of its tail.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
we
we
ain't
were all
going
across
back there no more. That Hydra kicked our butt. Lesson learned.
While you guys are discussing this, time has passed by a little bit. And you guys hear a very large commotion coming from the gate that you.
We waited too long!
Well, I should say that you've only gone through once, but Lydia and WhiskerStride, you know that gate that you went through coming back?
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's a very large commotion over there, and you hear the gate opening.
Wait, are we inside the village or on the boat?
We were on the boat, like kind of away from it.
Oh,
Because we were going to try and open the
Because I
boat.
thought we could just sleep on the boat, right?
We were sleeping on the boat, but we got off the boat because we didn't want to accidentally cut the boat in half.
So then we were entering the village?
No, we were still outside the village.
We were
because we were
essentially going
testing
to
it.
Try and open the portal to see if it was possible. That's it. Before we started making any promises, the idea was just see what we can do.
Yeah, test it.
But since we have gotten, you know, a different idea, or at least different thoughts, then it might not be the best idea to go with.
So just to make sure, nobody stayed in the village.
No.
I stayed in the village.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought we went back
No,
to the
we-
boat.
She
we were
stayed
in the boat.
Dream Village, she said.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh.
but when I woke up, I would have been like at the village.
You would have been
Right.
on the. You would have been in the village
no,
or
we
on the
went-
boat.
I thought we went back to the boat to do that at the boat. Because that's where
I
Dorval
remember-
was
Yeah,
and
we
all
s-
that.
we
I
we
didn't remember
discussed
going back
sleeping
to the
on
boat,
the
but
boat.
maybe we did.
Yeah, we did go back to the boat.
Okay, well then I want to make it though that when after we talked about it, because I didn't initially go to the dream world, I'll say I went back to the village before I joined you in the dream world. Because it's unwise to leave this place without someone at least nearby in case something happens.
Okay.
Okay. So, but you would be there in the morning, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you are the only one that sees, and you can see it from where you're standing. Do you see where your character is?
Yeah.
So south,
No.
just a little bit southeast-ish. You see the gate open up, and this like extravagant. I don't know how to word it, but this just over the top entourage like waltzes through the front gate, and you see a bunch of individuals just marching in a straight line. Looks very military, looks very trained, I guess is the word. Heavily armored, all spears. Different races, mostly big though.
Oh boy.
Are
Or
any
different
cat
races,
people?
but none of them are cat. Well, I said that doesn't really distinguish anything.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
not
so
cat
out of
people. I'm specifically asking. Remember how someone said there were like some bandits around this area that were like certain were they
Werewolves.
dog
Rats?
people,
They're-
cat people. I don't
They
remember
were
what they were.
mice.
They were
They were
mice?
wolf.
Rat.
They were rat.
Oh,
So they're
And the guy-
not they're not them, right?
The ones that James ran into were wolves. The ones that Lydia ran into were rats.
Okay, are there any
Oh.
wolves or rats among them?
Nope.
All
I
right.
mean, there's one that kind of looks like
curiously-
a bear. There's one that kind of looks like a bull. There's one that kind of looks like a. You're not really sure what that animal is, to be honest. But they're all very
So-
big.
from where I'm standing, is anyone like nearby me who's from the village?
I mean, there are some of the children and some of the villagers that
Okay.
the parents of those children that are nearby.
I'm gonna turn to the parents and say, "Get your children out of here right now."
They can't
Make them
understand
go and
you.
hide somewhere."
They can't understand you.
Blah 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 blah.
Are you saying it in common?
Yeah, and then I realize as they look at me clueless that they don't understand me. But I told you that I had been trying to learn anything. Have I learned the word for children?
Give me your best society check.
Okay, let's see. Oh, my society's abysmal.
Josh, can I see Brea from the ship?
If you use your telescope,
Yes.
I only
No,
got a 6.
there's a wall.
There's a wall.
You're trying to say child and you say bread.
They don't seem to understand what you're saying, but you are aware that sometimes actions speak louder than words.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna now actually reach for a child's shoulder,
Kidnapping the
push them
children.
towards the parent, and then push the parent, and then point towards the gate.
So as you're kind of making all these gestures, like you see the panic start to go in their face and everybody starts to run inside. Like they get it. And you see
Brea,
how, like, all
you're
the
gonna
other
be
people-
taken. It's gonna be
You
the
see
movie
all the
Taken.
other people start to leave and everything, but a lot of them that know that they can't go anywhere, you just see them just what's the word? Prostrate?
Gestate.
Like
N-
when they
pros-
get down on
no,
all
pros-
fours.
Granuflex.
Prostrate.
Genuflect.
Yeah.
Yeah, something. It's like
Uh,
a word like that somewhere.
Can I ask one more question?
Genuflect.
Can I try to hide in this little brush of foliage over here?
Brush of foliage. brush of-
Like this area. Can I try to dash behind this little wall?
Sure. Give me your best stealth check.
Where's stealth? Ooh, +2. I got a 14.
Okay.
God, if only I wasn't around a bunch of people with the ability to smell things.
Well, it's a 14, but we'll have to see what the DC is, because the DC is dependent on other factors. Like, some factors would be, 1, they're not particularly looking for you. 2, how good is the camouflage that you're in? 3, do you hold perfectly still, or are you trying to watch the entire time?
I'm
Like, are
hiding
you
my
trying to
ass
watch them?
behind this tree, and I'm trying to keep low.
Well, I said, are you trying to stay up with your head so you can still watch them, or are you going completely flat, not concerned about watching?
Oh,
what's going on?
I'm trying to like completely not be seen and not to watch them, because it'll be worse if they take me and I have no one to help me.
So the only thing, if you do that, I would say the odds are a lot more in your favor, but all you can do is hear what's going on.
That's fine.
So
You don't speak the
as
language.
you usher the people inside, you run over before they really start getting over here and hide and duck down and hide behind the wall. You just hear the loud stomping of their marching, and they get really, really close. You can tell that they are going towards the Elder House, and you hear the Elder talking. You recognize his voice. The individual, there's this one individual voice that's and it's very, very high, very nasally, very annoying, I guess is the best word to describe it. It's very grating to the ears, more or
I
less.
yes. Hello, Elder. I've come to speak with you. It's matters are very
But
important.
even without the language barrier, you can tell this is a very holier than thou individual talking to the elder. There's a lot of commotion. The individual is obviously upset. There's the sound of like a pod or a jar or some sort of clay object breaking into pieces, probably thrown. You hear a sound of like an impact and maybe some like utterances of pain from the elder. Give me your best.
Shh.
I'd say perception. We'll just go with perception for this one.
For me?
Yes.
Disgrace.
34.
So you're not, again, you can't understand what they're really saying, but it definitely sounds like the elder is begging or pleading, possibly. But with that,
Captain.
you hear a whole bunch of other stuff breaking, like wood being smashed, windows being broken, just all sorts of destruction. And after maybe just 30 or so seconds, you just hear the marching of them going out the way they came in. After about a minute or two, are you just staying where you're at still?
Yep.
After about 2-3 minutes, it's just silent.
I will poke my head up.
There's a lot of damage. Like,
Are the people gone?
the elder seems
Not
to
those people, like the people who crashed in.
Yes, it doesn't seem like the people who were entering are still here.
All right.
But the elder is face first on the ground in front of the building.
I will hop out and run over to check on him. Oh no.
I'm just moving them over here because they're not here at the moment. But the front door is right.
Oh no. Mr. Elder.
But
Oh.
as you turn him over, he seems to be pretty badly beaten, but it doesn't look like he's in any danger of death or anything like that.
That's good. Think.
I mean, he's not geriatric, but I mean, he's no spring chicken, so this is kind of rough for an older man.
I'll try to offer him help, like help him sit up, check his wounds, kind of thing, and I'll carry him inside if he'll let me.
He doesn't resist. He doesn't seem to be all there at the moment.
All right, so I'm gonna carry him inside and see if there's anyone to help.
I mean, there are people, but they're all hiding. But the only person who actually moves is the otter person from the previous day. He immediately runs over and just starts trying to treat him, I guess is the word.
So I guess maybe we'll put him on the table sort of thing, and I'll try to help this guy in any way I can. While I wait for my companions to show up wherever they are.
Sorry.
Crusix.
Yes, sir. Ma'am.
All right. What's everybody else doing?
You were asking for me?
I was going to say perhaps maybe we should start getting the ship prepared for an emergency takeoff, but it sounds like that whatever was happening might not be happening no more.
I have a feeling they did a shakedown about the crystal and are probably going to kill them if it doesn't show up soon.
So, Crusix, were you kind of just keeping an eye on the village the whole time with your...
Yeah, I was up in the crow's nest with my spyglass.
Oh, you're up in the crow's nest. Give me a perception check.
Perception. Daisy May, I will kill you with love.
Oh, jeez.
18. Come here.
I mean, you don't particularly see much from that angle, but you do suddenly see a bunch of like wood and other objects just go flying up in the air, just, like fragments of stuff. It's hard to say what that particularly means, but
Well, either they've pissed Brea off or something's going on, but
I think
we perhaps should go check on our friend just to be sure. I'm going to relay that information down to those below.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
everybody heading back?
Yep.
Are we leaving anyone on the ship?
You know what? I'll stay on the ship to because I want to stay and protect the angel still.
Oh yeah.
Just in case they her.
I'll
so
leave
I'll
Quip
stay
with you too, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you also have a giant chicken.
So,
Josh,
we
I did
killed
message.
that chicken.
It's the chocobo.
I did ask an in-character chat if I could start running as soon as the commotion had started.
He did, I saw it.
Super here, can I start? Sure. I mean, it might even be faster to ride Bear Claw. Or Bear Claw.
Bear
I
Claw.
just turned him into a donut.
Delicious.
Oh,
Good
Orange
one.
one, I
he
have a
forgets the-
connection, and I don't ride him like that.
Bow
okay.
chicka bow wow.
Oh,
Stop it.
Sorry.
No.
that's-
Sorry.
If
Jeez.
it's fine for Baldur's Gate 3, then...
Yeah.
Oh. But I'm gonna say that you and Thornclaw get there just a little bit earlier then.
Okay.
Because you'd probably hear, you and Mirra would probably hear a little bit of all the racket, just a tiny bit.
Wait for me. Oh wait, if I'm not taking Quip, I'm slow. Wait for me.
So is there anything in particular you want to do once you get there before everybody else shows up?
I'm mostly wondering, do I make it there before they leave? Or, like, do I see them leaving?
You would not make it there before they leave. Let me grab Mirror here.
Wait for me.
But
I'm just wondering if,
would
like, I could, like,
say-
see the tail end of them and potentially recognize some of them to know which
Based
family
off the
came down.
time it would take you to get over there, you would be watching Brea carry the elder inside.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just go in and start helping as well.
Sure.
Brea, as you see the otter individual helping the elder, all of a sudden WhiskerStride just kind of bursts through the doorway.
Kramer style.
Real quick, Josh, what's the name of my god again? Is it Sheila?
I believe it's
Sheila?
Sheila?
the way it's typed is really odd, but I believe that's how you pronounce it. Yeah.
I will say thanks Sheila that someone is here. Help me.
And I will assist.
What are you assisting with?
Treating the old guy.
I'll help the otter and Brea get the elder cleaned up, basically.
Well, I hope Rhea doesn't need help.
And of course translating for Brea.
But
Rhea's gonna take off her cloak and kind of like wrap it into a pillow to put under the elder's neck, because he's on the table right now and that can't be comfortable while the otter's working.
Yeah, I fell asleep on a pool table once. They're not comfortable.
No, they're not.
jeez.
I'll also ask Whisker, was Mirra on her way? We could really use a healer.
I'm coming.
Lots
I
of
left,
people.
and
I'm coming.
I'm just gonna say that I left before everyone else. I left as soon as I heard stuff starting. I have no idea what the others are doing, if they're coming or not.
Brea's gonna just kind of look around and see if anyone else needs immediate medical attention and get them kind of over in the area.
Doesn't look like everybody's just scared.
Yeah.
Is the elder conscious?
I mean, conscious might not be the word. But I mean, he's moving and he's breathing and he's mumbling, but
Alright. I'll ask the otter then, while I'm like cleaning up, blood and stuff. I'm gonna ask the otter if he recognized which family it was.
he replies that he doesn't know because he was a coward and he was too busy hiding. He seems very upset.
Well, I saw lots of people. Can I describe what I saw if he asked me? Or she, because WhiskerStride is the lady.
Yeah, after the otter tells me next to nothing, I'm gonna ask Brea in common, did you happen to see anything?
So before I'll describe, like you said, I saw like a bear and some other people. I'll describe those, like who I saw before I dashed and hid.
That doesn't really speak much to
I also
WhiskerStride.
heard the most annoying voice I could possibly have ever heard in my goddamn life.
Based
that.
on that description, do I know who it is?
No. But
Brea will say, imagine Mirra at her most whiniest, and imagine worse than that by 1,000.
But based off of the explanation, she starts describing the most of the color they were wearing, and usually people of the Zoe clan like to use heavy amounts of purple.
There was so much purple.
So it is highly likely that the Zoe clan paid a visit.
I'll ask WhiskerStride to ask them if they were shaken down about the crystal.
And I'll translate, word for word. But I'm assuming the elder isn't conscious enough to give a proper answer. And the otter's just gonna repeat more of, nah, it was useless.
Well, the otter said he was able to still hear what was going on, because, yeah, the elder isn't really all there. But he says basically this doesn't seem to be about the crystal. It seems to be about something else. Let me reword that. It doesn't seem to be about not giving the crystal up. It seems to be about not having the crystal to give.
Maybe this backfired on us.
I'm gonna
Delphi.
translate word.
As in,
I'm gonna change it slightly when I translate it. I'm basically gonna say your choice to take the crystal for yourselves is what caused this.
so
We thought that
basically,
disappearing the evidence would help, but it didn't, is what
give
you're saying.
me what roll would I give for this? Just a straight intelligence check? Let's go with that one for right now. Straight intelligence check from WhiskerStride.
Oh boy, I have a +1. I'm stupid. That's a 18.
That's a fantastic roll. Basically, what you can kind of glean from the otter, kind of just filling in what they were talking about, is it seems like the village had no clue the crystal was there, but they were tasked with getting the crystal to give, and they had a deadline.
While they may be saying that not having the crystal is what did this to them, they very well might have just killed them if they did have the crystal. I only wanted to disappear the evidence and the idea that no evidence existed. I didn't particularly care what happened to it. I'll just hope that they're not going to be killed for it, and maybe we still have time to relocate them.
Whisker's gonna basically be like, I know that you don't appreciate my culture and how we do things here, but slaves are still useful if they do what they're supposed to. They're more likely to die because they didn't have it than if they did have it to deliver.
I understand your point. But again, the whole fear about slaves going unpunished is that other slaves will get the idea that they can do what they want. In the experience of what I know, disobedient slaves are almost always killed.
And they wouldn't have been disobedient if you didn't take the gem for yourselves.
Again, this is a problem that the information was not given to us, right? Because if we knew they could have just handed it over to fulfill some quota, then this wouldn't have been an issue in the first place. We were told that they stole the crystal.
We were told that they had taken it while we distracted the Hydra. We weren't told why they took it.
I think I know what we can do, but Dorval's not going to be happy.
What?
The gauntlet can be used to remake an item. Remake
What,
the
the crystal?
Yeah.
I don't think it would work like that because there's nothing of the crystal left except the gauntlet.
But the gauntlet can be used to remake an item.
Why wouldn't I do that?
Because it gets rid of the gauntlet.
It
Because
gets
you'll
rid of the
lose the
gauntlet.
gauntlet.
Okay.
But the thing
If
is,
it saves the people, I mean, that's worth it.
if you break the gauntlet to remake the crystal that you use for the gauntlet, you're going to lose all the materials that you spent to make it.
I know that sucks, but it's a reality of the situation that if the crystal can save the entire village, and we didn't really have the right to take it in the first place.
I'm gonna ask.
Go ahead.
I'm just gonna ask the otter if he knows if
My apologies.
the elder sold this out at all.
The rest of the group has made it there. My apologies. So everybody else starts to come into the Elder building. And what
Okay.
did
But
you
I'm not
say?
there
I
for
wanna
this
I wanna make
conversation.
sure I understand. Can the gauntlet be used to restore the crystal?
Yes.
Okay.
The level 10 spell can remake any object that you have seen or that you have a fragment of.
But think of all the good we can do with this gauntlet.
But are we willing to have the blood on our hands of this entire village to get it? I'm not.
Well, we can just revive them with the gauntlet that we made.
And they could just come back and kill them again.
Another thing is that was only, and this is something your characters will know, that was only a piece of the crystal.
If we really needed to.
They're supposed to get the whole crystal, and we have no way to get it from the Hydra.
Oh, they were supposed to get the entire fucking crystal?
The entire giant crystal.
Well, they need to send someone down to kill the demon Hydra then.
That's not the way it
The
works.
Otter discussed that that was what was a part of the heated debate, and that's what got the Elder kicked the shit out of, because it's not they're not obliged to assist them in getting it. Their job is just to get it.
Okay,
Okay,
let's think about this for a minute.
so why don't we distract the Hydra while they go in and extract the crystal?
So, took the words out of my mouth. That's exactly what I was about to suggest. Not them, though. Half of us distract the Hydra, and half of us extract the crystal. We don't endanger the villagers, because we don't know if this will work a second time.
Okay.
And we don't know what cave.
But I said everybody but Dorval is at the Elder's house, so feel free to speak if you have input.
Well, I'll suggest the idea.
We could.
We could easily have the airship lure the Hydra away from its nest, and our strongest people try to remove the crystal.
It is a gigantic crystal. It's going to
Now-
require a lot
There
to get
is
that out.
also there's the
I can turn real
potential
big.
there is the potential that the Hydra isn't just nesting there, but is like actively defending it like a dragon does its horde and isn't going to go very far.
Well,
True.
it left already once.
I was about to
Also
say the
true.
villagers managed to get a piece of it while you guys were duking it out.
We know how far we were away from the crystal at the time.
Nope.
The otter should be able to give us an idea of that. If we tell
I'm
them like
also
where we
The
went.
one that got it, so yeah, he could.
I'm not very fond
I-
of being fodder.
I'm gonna
Also-
ask the otter how far into this swamp water itself the crystal is, as well as if the elder had told the family that we had or that they had taken the crystal. And if Mirra's listening, she very specifically heard me say they, not we.
Hey. That's fair, though.
Just so that everyone's aware,
Mm-hmm.
these giant mana crystals and all that, they are immune to magic.
Okay.
we
So,
can't, we can't do any magical means to really like shrink them in size, make them bigger, yada yada yada. Pulling them out might work, maybe,
I was just
but
gonna
they're
try
tough.
to use my fists.
But they're tough. Think about the fact that we made what we made, and just to put it in perspective, we also use that same level of crystal as how we got our ship.
I'm aware.
So punching it really hard might be hard.
Bad for somebody's health.
I still think our best option is actually just to transport the villagers somewhere else.
That's the easiest option. We can walk away from all this and, well, whatever happens,
Gosh.
happens. But
Sir,
Would I know at all, in a village like this, if there was punishment to be dealt out that, had everybody killed, would they just repopulate it from another village, essentially? So, like, hypothetically, like, would WhiskerStride know if the villagers went missing, if they just take villagers from another village to make it so this village was active again?
Can you give me a society check?
Yeah.
That, or they would just make another family do it, or another village do it.
Yeah.
Can we like give them cosmetic
That's a
surgery?
25.
With a 25, I mean, even then, how do I put this? Basically, it's not like you're super involved with how things work between the upper and lower islands,
Of course.
but mainly, like, they literally, other than to take what is theirs, because they get like food resources and mining resources, and like a lot of the resources that the upper island uses is from the lower island. Like, the majority of the time,
probably.
you're clearing out a village and just letting the other villages stumble upon it when they want to. Because like when a village gets big enough, they just kind of make another village. Like half the village will split off and start their own area or something like that. You know what I
I'm
mean?
gonna more or less try to explain that to the others too, that hiding the villagers isn't going to fix the issue long term.
I
I
will
mean,
be
hiding
fine.
them here. I mean, taking them completely away from this island.
And another village will just come here.
Another.
I know.
It sounds like it might just put pressure on another village.
All
In
all
other
you
words,
really
we're
do
probably,
by hiding these villagers is perpetuating the problem and putting it on other villagers.
It sounds like we're dooming another village.
It gives us time to actually go above and potentially make changes, though. Where if we leave this village right now and don't help these people, they will be murdered.
For something we did.
Yeah. We can also break the gauntlet, give them back their crystal, with no guarantee that they won't be murdered, by the way. Or we can try to break off a new piece of crystal to make up for what they already took. But
Well,
again, no guarantee we can actually do that.
Considering that the quota at the end of it all is they want the whole thing and we have technically part of it, I don't think it's going to work that way.
That's also
How do they
true.
know how much was originally there, though?
I don't know. You make a good point, but we just need to have that option available, or we need to have that thought as well.
There's always, we can always break the gauntlet to remake that piece of crystal.
That is our best bet.
But that could be a last resort thing.
So I don't know how we're going to break that crystal.
I have no idea. That's why I'm a fan of moving the villagers completely out of here.
It's the easiest solution, but as
it's a short-term solution. It's not long-term.
It's a short-term solution, but as WhiskerStride said it, we're probably dooming another village or another family in favor of saving this one.
I don't think we're dooming another village because those people are already living the life they're living.
That's
but I think we're buying time.
You're not wrong.
Yes.
Mirra and WhiskerStride could probably attest that if this village doesn't do it, another village will be tasked to do it.
Exactly, but we could potentially be buying time, is the only thing I'm saying.
Yeah, but as it boils down to, somebody is going to get that crystal or at least die trying, and that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
It does suck, but if we do this right, we could prevent people from dying trying to get it.
As long as we don't get ourselves killed in the process.
Yeah.
That Hydra.
Dave, does Mirra know
that Hydra hurt? It was able to tear through the ship like it was nothing. Like that was.
Hydra is out of our league. There is no fighting that Hydra.
That is a level 18 Hydra.
We need to find a way to approach it peacefully or diplomatically.
As I'd say, the ship still hasn't repaired itself fully either.
Does anyone speak Hydra?
I tried a
Mirra
few different languages. It might have
attempted to.
understood.
It might have understood one of them because it backed off.
And I think Dave was trying to talk to you, Robyn.
Yes, hello.
I threw it in character chat.
I was not looking at character chat. I will look into character chat. I see Lemonade and St. Bernard. Gotta scroll for a while. Oh, yeah, I can do that. Let me do some heals.
And in meme chat, I did exactly what I feel like Crusix is like. Only if we die.
Oh no, my phone froze. Phone froze. Oh no, it froze.
It
Oh, no.
won't suck. Only if we die. Then it will.
But it's gonna suck no matter what. Okay, so I will start healing. I think this is a
Unfortunately,
little
we
too
kind of,
much on my internet.
We kind of screwed this one.
Not necessarily. We can destroy the glove and undo what we screwed.
That's true. That's true. So it's not completely screwed.
But I'm not convinced that they won't just kill them after taking it.
No, we have no reason
For
to
their
trust them.
insolence.
It is, like I said, it is more likely that they won't kill them, but they will make them get the rest of it.
Well, we know that's already going to happen, but this village doesn't have the capability of doing that. That's a whole other issue.
I don't think any of
That's
them
why
do.
I'm wanting Mirra to heal the Elder, because the Elder is going to know exactly what was discussed, as opposed to the Otter potentially overhearing or mishearing things. This way, the Elder can just tell us straight up, this is the deal that we had originally, this is how it's been modified, if at all, kind of thing.
Okay,
Alright, Mirra, go.
28 heals.
Damn, that's a lot for.
That's overkill.
7,
That's
2, 7,
that's
8,
4.
4. That was a
Okay.
lot.
He has so much hit points he explodes.
Oh no! Oh
You
no!
That
do-
dude has 4 HP.
You guys do see like all the bruising or all the wounds disappear, the blood goes away, and his eyes open up, and he pulls himself up off the floor, and he
Like
looks around.
Wolverine?
Hmm?
Like Wolverine, where the cuts are just healing?
Yes. But-
I'll cast Prestidigitation on his clothes.
Well, that was a very nice thing to do. He, who's translating? Mirra?
Yeah, sure.
So he thanks you all, and he apologizes that you had to see him in this manner, I guess is the word.
I'm
And
just going to get straight to the point and ask him what the deal was and how's it been changed.
so
Is it really considered a deal or an order?
It's an order.
Difference.
An
so
ultimatum.
you hear WhiskerStride as she like literally drills into him. Are you just staying in, are you trying to be really aggressive, or are you just talking?
Just talking for now.
But
He's
you
been
can
through
hear
enough.
in her tone that she's not being
Done with
pleasant.
his shit.
Yes. I was like, there's no pleasantry in her voice, even though you can't understand what she's saying. But as WhiskerStride continues to speak, eventually the elder looks up with, I guess, shame in his eyes. And as you translate, as he talks back, he basically said, we initially didn't have any idea that the large crystal was there. We were given this task by the Zoe family in order to help them get it, because, you know, that's what they told us to do. But there was rumors, I guess you could say, that if we used the crystals for ourselves instead of giving them back, we could possibly become we could get to the, or at least our children could get to the status where they could go to the upper island even if we were punished for it. Because the children wouldn't be punished if they became capable of magic, regardless of how it occurred. To become enlightened means to transcend the law of the lower island. Such is how it is. But although that was my main reasoning for making that decision, I ultimately went through with it because I don't think that the Zoe family is supposed to keep it either. And I think they intend to.
Is Mirra translating what he says, or am I?
I'm translating every single word of this, and
Okay.
just very blatantly, even stupid pauses
Under my
and stuff.
breath, under my breath, but obviously Mirra can hear me in spirit. I'm gonna say it's probably not theirs to keep either.
Fair enough.
So based off of what he's saying, just in case I did a bad job, but basically saying that he thinks that the elder thinks that they want the crystal so badly because they want to use it instead of giving it to who they're supposed to give it to.
That sounds about right.
Power runs the top.
So, but the elder shakes his head and he's like, I understand that as an elder, it's my job to make decisions that protect this village and do the best, but as of late, things have become much more difficult and hope is a lot more difficult to come by. They take everything and leave us with very little. What we don't try to keep or what we don't hide would put us in a situation where we might not make it as a village. And I thought that the only way out was to at least make sure that the children got out of this vicious cycle. And he just kind of bows his head.
Okay, so
what can we do?
if we give them the crystal, they're not really supposed to have it either, but it'll at least help us from them. Then again, if the people who told the Zoe family to get it find out that we gave it to the Zoes and they didn't give it up, then they also might be hurt.
We could set some fire in this whole scenario where the Moo clan was even trying to steal it. So we could put families against each other.
I was about to say, so, and that's a good point, because the people who stole the crystal that you guys used was not Zoe.
They were the Moo.
Yeah,
so Moo tried to steal from another family. So there's definitely some.
I mean, everyone wants the crystal.
That's for sure.
So we just have to figure out who we give it to, so that these villagers make it.
Well, that's what I mean.
Make it
with you guys having the kind of status that you do. We could start some fires.
Well, but I'm dead. Remember, I can't do anything.
I'm going to, in common, so that the elders don't understand me. I'm gonna say we're not speaking about her family. She doesn't want to do that. her family does not exist right now. It is just my family we're working with,
That's fair.
and Moo is above them.
And just to throw it out there, you guys are discussing the difference between the second from the bottom and the second from the top.
Yeah.
And then I'm kind of in the middle.
I mean,
Actually, no. Sorry, I'm third from the bottom. I'm one above, though.
to be fair, we could go to my parents, but I would really rather not.
You'd have to get up there first.
Yeah. But
that's
I
troubling.
mean, I'd really rather not, but you
That's
know,
understandable.
I'm sure it's important. I'm sure. But mine would have the most sway, so I guess it would be kind of better. And no, we're not going to turn ourselves into a lich. That is a horrible idea. Sorry.
Well, the easiest solution is
We just have to figure out what can we do
take
to
these
keep this
people
safe?
away, and that's it.
Light the place on fire!
That's not how that would work.
Light everything on fire so it looks like some strange accident!
But
I'm pretty
Either
sure that's
we-
fraud.
either we walk away from this, or
Chaos!
we send these people away, and that could help for a little bit, only a matter of time. Or we try and get the full crystal for whoever.
Yeah.
Have we tried
could
to
probably
approach
kill
the
us.
Hydra peacefully?
No, that was I would like to try and talk to it, because he seemed like a nice guy, you know, when he wasn't
don't
beating
know
Brea
if-
to a pulp.
You know, we don't know if we could actually talk to it, or if we just got lucky and he got bored.
If I can see it within a range of 500 feet, I can communicate with it.
Yeah,
Or at
so,
least attempt to communicate.
yeah.
Does it have a thing in there where it says it has to understand at least one language? Or is that speak with animals?
There's message. You mouth words quietly, but instead of coming out your mouth, they're transferred directly to the ears of the target. While others can't hear your words any better than you normally mouth them, the target can hear your words as if they're standing next to you. The target can give a brief response as a reaction or as a free action on their next turn if they wish, but they must be able to see you and be within range to do so. If you respond, their response is delivered directly to your ear, just like the original message.
But it doesn't talk about
And
languages.
height in that third level is 500 feet.
But it doesn't talk about what language. That's
Yeah, it just
just
says
distance
target
I
talking.
think
one
they
creature.
have to be able to speak whatever language you're speaking to them.
Yeah,
They just won't understand otherwise.
yeah.
But do you have speak with animals?
I had it in
Does the Hydra
5th
count as an
edition,
animal?
but I don't know if it was transferred over to.
I'm willing if there isn't a spell. Let me see if that spell exists.
It looks like it does.
We're not using the language of violence.
Yeah, so there is you can ask questions of, receive answers from, and use the diplomacy skill with animals. The spell does not make them more friendly than normal. Cunning animals are likely to be terse and evasive, while less intelligent ones often make inane comments. That does mean you would have to assume the Hydra is an animal and not listed as something else.
Not like a monstrosity or something. And not a creature? Are animals and creatures different?
I think we did confirm that it's not a dragon, though.
We
Speak with
Or
think we
animals
did.
is a tier 2 spell.
I don't know what that means.
Second level spell.
It's a
Oh,
level
second.
2 spell.
I hate using the word levels because levels are like
It doesn't exist in this.
the level. Like it would be one thing if the levels were the same levels as like the level you get them, but they're not. So it gets confusing.
Gotcha. I've got comprehend language, but I have to be within 30 feet.
He
of that
didn't.
one.
He
In
didn't talk last
theory,
time.
I mean, in theory, the Hydra could be animal because it could be a beast or a serpent. If
Yeah.
it wasn't a draconic.
Would I know what the Hydras fall under?
I know it's not draconic. We figured that out last
Really,
time because of Brea.
Hydras are not of the draconic lineage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
we
are-
figured that out with nature/survival checks.
Yeah.
They are considered monstrous, I guess is the best way to put it. Let me see. What do they consider? Oh, they're considered beasts in PF2E.
Huh. All right.
But
This.
in
So
theory,
basically, that would make them lizards.
which would then mean you could use speak with animals on them. But with 5 different heads, all of them going to be thinking their own thoughts
That's why I'm gonna
But-
aim for the middle head.
Pretty
and hope
smart.
it's the smart one.
I'm hoping so. I don't know Hydras really well, but I would imagine closer to the center, it's probably more the original head.
Yeah.
So is that the plan?
I'd like to talk to them. I mean, and what, distract
a
them
plan.
while we get it, or just try and ask it for it, and if that doesn't work, distract it?
It's an idea.
We
I'm
might have
all-
something. We might have something you'd be willing to trade for, if it's intelligent enough to understand
What could a
something.
Hydra want?
What
I
if
don't know,
it
get that
wants...
chicken on the front of the
What
chicken.
if it wants Colonel Sanders?
I'm willing to accept this.
No! Colonel Sanders is innocent!
I'm willing to listen to your demands.
No!
I don't
You
think it'd
shouldn't
be
have
enough
named
to
it. We
feed a
told you
Hydra.
not to name it.
I don't think it's enough to feed one. Maybe one of the heads, but I don't know if all 5. I don't know how hungry the other 4 are.
It's got one stomach. I think we talked
mean,
about that.
Not including the head or anything, but like that bird is probably half the size of its torso, its midsection, what everything is attached to.
Yeah, it's big. Maybe they could become friends. So,
Hydra and chicken
are we-
pictures.
Yeah, are we talking to it to try and persuade it to give it to us, or are we talking to it to try and buy time? Yeah.
I think trying to plead to it to save the village, to give the crystal, and then if it doesn't want to, we try to stall and buy time so we can take it.
That's fair. Okay, plan A and B it is. Okay.
Plan C is take the crystal ourselves and hope we don't die.
And run away.
Run away!
That's part of plan B was half the group is distracting the Hydra, the other half is doing the crystal.
We should have used this crystal instead of for a gauntlet towards the ship, because then maybe it would have been like a giant claw
We
machine.
kind of had an option, but we decided, fuck it, let's let the universe decide. And that's
Aw.
kind of what happened.
I want it to be like a
was more-
claw
it was-
machine.
It was cooler if we just let, whatever happens, happen.
That's fair. That's fair. Claw machine. Just saying. Pretty cool.
I do think I had made out of character comments about you not being happy if it wasn't used towards the boat.
Oh. Claw
Yeah.
machine. Yeah.
And we did think about using it for the boat, but
That's
it-
fine. We
in the
used
end,
the
we
last
decided-
2 for the boat. It's fine.
I mean, this would have been really nice, but
It
there
would've
was
been a
lot of
really nice
questions on
upgrade.
how it would work and using
That's-
Orichalcum, which
that's
had
fine.
to do a lot with magic, and Lydia doesn't have a lot of magic, so
Yeah, but then I could just power it. I could be your little power generator just standing there like zzz.
Lydia's the one, and yeah, and there was a lot of questions as we just let.
Okay, that's
Josh.
fine. That's fine.
How far can I have my marionette move from me?
You still have a marionette?
Yeah, he's hiding. He's
Nice.
I think the maximum distance discussed was 30.
because we
Not
could be
far enough.
hiding, and I can have my marionette step out into the open
I'm
So
okay
worst case
talking with
scenario, if
them.
it just attacks.
I mean,
then-
I can take a pretty good hit, so I'm okay talking with them.
Well, the
Could
whole
you?
idea was Crusix has
Mm.
speak with animals.
Oh yeah. Crusix, I'll be your shield. I'll be your shield.
So is that the plan we're going with? Try to
Yeah, so plan
try
A?
diplomacy first, then try
Yes.
cunning, and then
Yes.
try hopefully not murder.
Running gun, yes.
Running.
Yeah. A, B, and C. I like it. Okay, this is the most we've had a plan in like ever.
ABC always be casting.
Oh yeah, always.
Well,
Okay, I like it.
let's go get eaten by Hydra.
Okay, anything we need to like take with us or do before we, because like there's not much time left, so it's pretty much just us getting
I
ready
want
to
that
go over there.
binder.
I would say at this point, do this next week.
Yeah. I think we should just set out to go there, and then next week we discover what happens.
Yes. Okay,
So
any
who's all
Show up
going?
next week
do
with
we
your
do we
proper
need to
gun.
make a giant net? Like, are we doing any like to like try and hoist the crystal? Do we get a bunch of rope and I try and make like a thing to like boost the crystal? Like, cause it's huge. Like, is there
Maybe the
anything we could do
Hydra
ahead
will
of
pick it
time?
up for us if it agrees.
That's true. I will be Crusix's shield, and we'll go talk to him and have a nice time, and we'll go from there. I will even make a giant pitcher of lemonade. It'll be fine.
Have the
And-
gauntlet ready.
What makes
Just
you
in
think it likes
case.
lemonade?
Everybody has been drinking the lemonade, and okay, I got tea, I got lemonade, it's fine, okay, it's fine.
But
I
do
got
we
cookies.
know blizzards can taste citric acid?
That's a
What if it
wonderful
upsets
Upset the
question.
tummy.
That's a good
I know-
question.
I know
Okay.
if you give citrus to dogs, it makes their tummies hurt. What if you make its tummy hurt?
Oh no! Maybe just the
Well,
cookies then.
It
I
is
think just
also
the cookies.
a magical,
What if it has a
magical
gluten
fictional
intolerance?
creature.
Yeah, it is magic. I'm sure it'll be fine. It has a magic tummy.
I'm sure lots of magic creatures get tummy aches from bad food.
Oh no!
I would like to believe.
What if it has an allergy to gluten?
Oh no!
What if it's also allergic to dairy?
Oh, the cookies are
I
gonna
would-
taste
No
awful.
wonder this Hydra's
Your
so angry.
task is to bring it vegan and gluten-free cookies.
They're gonna taste just horrible. I'm sorry, it's gonna be awful.
That's
At
just
this
fair.
point,
Talk
we
to
might
you
as well
guys
just
next
use my
week.
magic food.
Yeah. We'll serve it a banquet. It can eat as much as it wants.
I did.
Coming.
Okay, see you next week, guys.
See
See ya.
ya.
Thanks for coming. All right.
This
Well, I
is-
guess we'll wrap up the session here, my friends.
I feel like we got nowhere.
We got literally nowhere.
I mean, you guys could always discuss the stuff in between sessions.
That would be great if anyone ever responded.
I'm sorry, throughout the day I'm driving for my job, so it's extremely difficult to respond.
No, you're fine.
It's
I
not.
I know
for
lately
me.
I haven't been.
That's just the ideal world.
How long of a walk was it the last time to where the Hydra was?
I
The
mean,
march when you guys walked over was about 2.5-ish.
hours.
Okay. I guess we just head back to the area we were in and see if that Hydra's still hanging around and
Do you think I should make a
Tip
big old pot
communications.
pie or something? Should I make something as a gift? I feel weird going into his house without a gift.
Part of me wants to say that it is canon that each Hydra head has a different taste bud preference. One
See, I
prefers
would think that as well.
sweet, one prefers sour.
That's why I said pot pie. It's like I gotta switch it up, okay?
you gotta make one
Like
chocolate cake and one strawberry cake, one
Ugh.
vanilla cake.
one's mutton. Yeah, it's I'm
Other than that, my friends, I guess it's up to you guys to decide ultimately what choice to make.
Could we
Okay.
find some wildlife that were there and just offer them?
we could.
We have wildlife on our ship.
No! Colonel Sanders is magical. We cannot sacrifice the magical chocobo chicken.
Do not sacrifice the magic chocobo.
Still
No.
gonna just
It's
keep saying that we have
sacrifice.
Sacrifice.
We have McDonald's at home. Just gonna keep saying that.
Have McDonald's at home. No, it's not the same.
Nuggies we can make out of this.
So many chicken
So
nuggies.
many.
At least
So
10.
many, at least.
Or
At
ever.
least.
At least you can have like a 20-piece bucket. You know.
Probably still cost you $17, but you know, hey.
Mirra's gonna wake up one day and that chicken's gonna be fucking gone. In fact,
No.
it's gonna be like gather around for food. This is delicious. What is it?
Where'd you get this?
Oh.
Oh no, why is it chicken? Where
This is
did
the
we get
best chicken
chicken?
pie I've ever had. Man, you know who would like this Colonel Sand? Where is he?
Oh no! Oh, that's
If a
sad.
chicken-
He
if a
went
bird
to
eats a
live
chicken
in a
pie,
very special farm.
because
Oh,
they're
that's good
Only
then.
Giant chickens.
That's good. At least he has friends.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Mhm.
fine. Yeah.
Don't ask where it is because we can't go there. We
But what
couldn't
if I
go there.
wanted to visit him?
Oh nope, humans are not allowed.
I didn't get to say
People-
goodbye though.
People are not allowed. So
He said he'll send you a letter in the mail.
Oh, okay. I'll wait then.
yeah, great. Now Chris is going to write fake letters.
Okay, use the forgery kit.
Oh, jeez.
I have one, so I was like, all right.
It's just a
there.
big footprint on a page.
Thank you guys for coming. I hope you guys had fun, even though it was more discussing. But that's what D&D is.
It's
Indeed.
nice to hang out with you guys.
Sometimes you
Yep.
need story progression, or sometimes you need to do a big battle. It's okay.
Indeed.com.
Gotcha.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Be
Have a
safe,
good night, everybody.
and I hope to catch you guys next Tuesday.
You guys be
Yes, sir.
safe too. Bye, Josh. Bye, Ginger. Bye, Jen.